We're 25 WEHT. We're always home.
Closed captioning for News 25 is provided by Citizens Bank and 25 WEHT.
This segment of News 25 is brought to you by Wellburn, your total health care system.
First at home. This is News 25 at 10 with Brad Bird, Shelley Kirk, meteorologist Wayne Hart, and sports with Mark Robbins. This is News 25 at 10.
Good evening, I'm Shelley Kirk.
And I'm Brad Bird. Lorena Bobbitt is spending the night in a Virginia mental hospital after being found not guilty today by reason of insanity for the malicious wounding of her husband.
Bobbitt was on trial for cutting off her husband's penis. Jurors apparently believed the defense argument that Bobbitt didn't know what she was doing when she mutilated John Wayne Bobbitt. Lorena Bobbitt claimed she was a victim of sexual and verbal abuse. We get more on the verdict in this report from CBS.
Lorena Bobbitt free! Lorena Bobbitt free! Congratulations, Lorena!
They almost got their wish. Lorena Bobbitt is not free, but she will be.
Remain safe from the water. Sports in session.
The jury needed 6 hours of deliberations broken up by technical legal questions to make its decision. Lorena Bobbitt was clearly tense. Was she a vicious criminal or a hapless victim who had fought back?
We, the jury, find the defendant, Lorena Lenore Bobbitt, not guilty of malicious wounding as charged in the indictment by reason of insanity.
Bobbitt stood without reacting. She was not a criminal, but she was not yet free. The prosecutor wanted her committed to a mental institution for a full evaluation. Her attorney said she should stay free and outpatient.
The court shall place the person so acquitted in the temporary custody of Commissioner of Mental Health and Mental Retardation, and this court will do that.
Lorena Bobbitt was in custody pending an appeal. She nodded and was taken away. Her attorney, Blair Howard, said people should not think there is a bigger message in this verdict.
I don't think there is a message. Since I've been practicing law, you take each individual case, and it's the individual case that you judge, the circumstances and the evidence that is produced concerning that individual case. I don't think you can ever say that it sends a message one way or the other.
Prosecutor Paul Ebert said his biggest concern is people who may think Bobbitt got away with no further punishment.
I've had a lot of people go to the penitentiary that in some ways tugged at your heartstrings, but again, when you violate the law, you have to be punished, in my opinion.
But one anonymous juror said he has no second thoughts.
It was a jury trial, and we did our best. I don't think the sensational part of it had a lot to do with anyone's decision.
Were you aware during the trial and the deliberations of the circus atmosphere that had
yes. I think everyone was aware.
Lorena Bobbitt will be committed to a state mental institution for at least 45 days of evaluation. She could conceivably be free in 60 to 90 days. In Manassas, Virginia, John Getter for CBS News.
In the upcoming 45-day observation period, doctors will determine if Lorena Bobbitt poses a danger to herself or others. Doctors will then report back to the judge for a final decision.
The Supreme Court has agreed to review a Florida court order to create a protest-free buffer zone outside an abortion clinic. The case pits the rights of anti-abortion demonstrators against the protection of clinic employees and patients from harassment and other crimes. The decision comes just hours after an estimated 35,000 abortion opponents marched outside the Supreme Court building to mark the 1973 Roe v. Wade decision that legalized abortion. Speakers told the gathering there's a new sense of urgency because of President Clinton's plan to include abortion in his health care program. The actual anniversary of the landmark ruling is tomorrow. Back home, another long, cold night for firefighters in Henderson County tonight. A house in the Anthoston area south of Henderson went up in flames. Firefighters were still at the scene within the past hour. No injuries reported. The location of the house is on Highway 136 West. A dispatcher told me firefighters from Niagara and Zion were on the scene along with the Henderson City County Rescue Squad.
The severe cold that's plagued the tri-state for nearly a week is finally breaking away, but not before claiming another victim. The body of 77-year-old Cletus Kircher was found today at the bottom of a 12-foot ravine about a half mile from his West Mill Road home. An autopsy showed he froze to death. Police say Kircher, who lived alone, wandered away from his home and was overcome by sub-zero temperatures overnight. Investigators say he was wearing a hat and a coat. His body was found by sheriff's deputies who followed footprints in the snow from his house to the ravine. And that cold wave took its toll in many ways this week.
That's right. If you're a plumber, chances are you're racking up the overtime this week, and you've earned it. News 25's Melissa Risey tagged along today with one troubleshooter to find out that fixing what the cold breaks isn't always a lead pipe cinch.
Meet one of the busiest guys in town, because people like Gus McCoy woke up to no water this morning.
Can you see where it was leaking at?
Ever since it got cold, plumbers and the media have been telling you about things you can do to keep your pipes from freezing. But sometimes it just gets too cold.
Well, we started drifting water, you know. That's all you can do. And then put heat to it so it won't freeze.
And frozen pipes frequently mean broken pipes. But grudgingly paying the bill is only half the battle. The hardest part is finding a plumber who can come to your rescue. What has your past couple days and nights been like for you?
Nightmares. It's so many calls coming in, we just can't get to all of them, and just rush. As soon as you get done one call into the office and she sends you to another.
Calls have reached 40 per day during this deep freeze, and the jobs are time-consuming. By the time plumbers thaw out the knob that shuts off the water, crawl under most houses to reach the leaking culprits, and replace the broken pipes, your bill can get pretty steep. So do you like your job, Earl?
Yes, I love it. Except for on days like today.
Melissa Risey, News 25 in Henderson.
The big thaw is finally reaching the bluegrass state. Governor Brereton Jones today lifted all travel bans on Kentucky highways, including the Audubon Parkway. It was one of the last roadways to reopen after the ice and snow made the thoroughfares too dangerous for motorists most of the week. Kentucky State Police say even though the parkways are open, drivers still need to use caution and common sense. And usually when the temperature drops, cabin fever runs hotter than ever.
Given the recent stretch of cold weather here in the tri-state, you and your children might be going bonkers when it comes to keeping busy. The News 25's Paul Kelly has some fresh ideas.
We started at the arcade because it seemed to be drawing the biggest crowds, especially the kids.
Of course, video games aren't really a bad way to spend the day, even if you are an adult. But if you're looking for something to really get the blood racing, this arcade has a little something extra to offer. Follow me. Dunking, kicking, and hitting can be great ways to beat cabin fever. Thanks. Of course, if you don't feel like working up a sweat, you can always take in a good movie. Thanks. Just keep your feet off the seats. Throw in a little 8-ball afterwards and you might just have the perfect combination for beating winter boredom. Of course, if you stink at pool, have already seen all the movies, and just don't have the patience for the arcade, there's really only one way left to beat the winter blues. Go someplace warm. In Waikiki, Paul Kelly, News 25.
You did that in one day.
Believe it or not.
Straight ahead on News 25, tension is running high in Southern California. Victims of the big quake are having a tough time getting help.
And Michael Bailey, the man who drew national attention for political commercials showing aborted fetuses, is once again running for office.
Tonight, St. Louis Blues' Brett Hull and musicians Dave Perna and Victoria Williams.
Here's the deal. You get 3 friends to watch, and you watch free.
Look closely. These are the faces of your future. The new generation of doctors at Welborn Clinic. Their specialties range from family medicine to rheumatology, from oncology to pulmonary medicine, and more. They share a commitment to you to deliver responsible, dependable, cost-effective health care. Care that's based on trust, compassion, and respect. That's why the bond between patient and doctor is at the heart of all we do. And so, we welcome you to Wellborn Clinic, because the most important relationship we can build for the future is the partnership we share with you and your family. To your health.
The tax deadline is approaching and Expressway Dodge has more inventory than at any time in their business. This huge inventory must be reduced and the tax dollars we save will be passed along to you with no-nonsense discounts. Like a 94 Spirit loaded with extras for $11,494. A 94 Spirit for $11,494. You get the best warranty in the business, 5.95% financing and no payment until March. Expressway Dodge, no nonsense.
The no-nonsense dealer, Expressway Dodge.
At first glance, Partner may look like any other dry herbicide, but closer examination reveals something remarkable. Locked inside each microcapsule of Partner is a full season of superior grass control, the kind of timed release control you need for cleaner fields and bigger yields. So if you're looking for grass control that stands the test of time, take a close look at Partner season-long control that's easy to handle.
It's a tense situation in Southern California as victims continue to seek out help following Monday's earthquake.
And strong aftershocks that hit the area are not helping matters. Almost 1,000 homeless people were turned away today from one relief center. The reason? There are not enough people to take the applications. And elsewhere, there are concerns about price gouging. Sandra Hughes tonight has more on some people who are apparently trying to take advantage of a bad situation.
Of aftershocks of magnitude 4.0 and greater within 21 minutes set already frayed nerves on edge.
We're shaking again. We're going good. We're going good.
About 1,000 quake victims lined up at the Federal Emergency Management Center closest to the epicenter.
I need 30 people. Come in.
Anna Cintron was one of the first to be helped today. She spent 8 hours in line yesterday to get this appointment.
I'm happy because they helped me. I thought it was going to take a long time, but I'm out here already. I'm happy and I can't believe it.
FEMA was severely criticized for its performance after Hurricane Andrew. It reacted more quickly during the Midwestern floods, and the agency is anxious to prove itself here during this recovery.
Just about everybody that shows up today in one way or another will get some sort of satisfaction.
Not exactly. Everyone without an appointment was turned away or bused to other centers.
You may apply for this assistance.
The National Guard stood watch at FEMA centers in case tempers boiled over.
We were on the phone 11 hours trying to get through.
My house is wrecked, all my things are wrecked, and now I'm waiting here and the government's working 9 to 7.
This is totally ridiculous.
This morning, 14,000 people remained in parks, but thousands have left for indoor shelters or even home.
We gotta go back home right now.
As the days progress, building inspectors are discovering damage far from the epicenter in South Central LA, the West Side, Hollywood. Although power has been restored to most homes, about 35,000 people are still without water. Sandra Hughes, CBS News, Los Angeles.
When we come back on News 25 at 10, temperatures will continue to climb out of the deep freeze tomorrow.
Meteorologist Wayne Hart will have the details in his first morning forecast next.
Time to play the Kentucky Lottery. Hi, I'm Lynn Jefferson Haas. Tonight's winning pick 3 number is 4, 1, 7. That's 417. Donna.
Hi, I'm Donna Craycroft, and tonight's winning numbers for the pick are number 7, followed by number 29. And remember, tomorrow night's Powerball jackpot will be worth an estimated $24 million. Number 52, play 3 match 3 and win $200. Number 17, number 54, number 9, play 6 match just 6 of 8 and win $200,000 in cash. Number 37. And the final number is number 51. That's 7, 29, 52, 17, 54, 9, 37, and 51. Lynn?
Now get ready for Cash 5, where you could win up to $100,000 in one lump sum. Tonight's winning numbers are number 22, followed by number 35. Match 2 or more numbers in any order and you're a winner. Number 33, match 3 numbers and win $10. Number 5, match 4 numbers and win $100. And the final number with $100,000 in cash is number 34. That's 22, 35, 33, 5, and 34. Good night and good luck from the Kentucky Lottery.
This segment of News 25 has been brought to you by Wellburn, your total health care system.
You can't really see it, but you can see it working. Even in no-till. And these days, it's good to know you found one more thing you can count on. It's your Squadron. Squadron Herbicide. For full force security that lasts through harvest. Strike early, strike hard.
I can't control the markets.
That's putting pressure on the opening bell. December corn down a penny.
But I do have the power to choose the right seed. Pioneer brand 3293. Count on it. When you rotate from corn to soybeans, stay with the brand that gives you a proven yield advantage. Pioneer. See your Pioneer sales representative for the soybean varieties right for you.
Wayne Hart's first warning forecast has the seal of approval of the American Meteorological Society.
Well, I guess the big question tonight, folks, is how warm will it get this weekend?
Well, we will get above freezing, and that'll be the first time since last Thursday night.
Yeah.
It's been a long time.
Yeah.
But along with the warm-up, we've got some clouds to contend with, so I guess we can't have everything. But we're getting out of the deep freeze finally. Right now, not too bad relative to the temperature at this time of the night over the past several evenings. We're at 17, the wind chill 10 above, the dew point at 12. Relative humidity 80%. Wind still coming in out of the southwest around 6, and the pressure 30.54. It's on the way down. We managed to touch the 20-degree mark today. That's still 19 below normal. And our low this morning, it wasn't a record, but 5 below zero, plenty cold enough. And checking the Ohio River for you, that's going to be dropping about another half foot, basically leveling off around the 15.5-foot mark over the weekend. Wabash will be down about a half a foot, as will the White River at Petersburg. Green River at Calhoun also dropping, with the Little Wabash holding steady. And we've seen about a 1.5 foot rise on the lower gauge at Barkley, with water temperatures in the middle 30s. And once again, they were setting record lows across the northeastern part of the nation this morning. 25 below up in Concord, New Hampshire, and an all-time record low of 21 below zero up in Wilkes-Barre, Scranton, Pennsylvania. As a matter of fact, most of east central and northeastern Pennsylvania experienced their coldest morning on record. But when we have extremely cold temperatures in one part of the country, that usually means it's unusually warm somewhere else. And that was exactly the case today. About a dozen record highs set across the southwestern quarter of the nation, including 79 at Phoenix, 72 at Fresno, 67 in Oakland, 69 at Zion National Park in Utah, and 51 was warm enough for a record high in Laramie, Wyoming. Now, fortunately, no records around here today, but that warmer air is trying to work in from the southwest. It's 32 at St. Louis currently, 27 in Memphis, but the entire tri-state still in the teens. But with a light southwest wind tonight, I think temperatures will only be dropping down to around 10 degrees. A high pressure system that was on top of us last night is now down here in western Tennessee, and basically it's going to keep us on the clear side for the overnight hours, but with that light southwest wind blowing, it's going to prevent temperatures from really dropping. But at the same time, I think we'll begin to see some fog developing once again, and we're already seeing evidence of that down here along the boot heel of Missouri. Now, you would think with this high just down to our south that we'd have a nice, mostly sunny Saturday, but that is not going to be the case. As a matter of fact, by 6 o'clock tomorrow evening, the entire tri-state will be under cloud cover, and here's why. As that high slides to the southeast, the warm air begins to work in, and as that warm air passes over the snow cover, it begins to melt it, and that melt water evaporates into the air, which leads to cloud cover and fog, and that's exactly what's going to happen tomorrow and right on through the weekend. So the first warning forecast does warm up, but it turns gray after tonight, mainly clear during the overnight hours, with some fog developing towards daybreak, low down to around 10 above. And for your Saturday, mostly cloudy. There could be a little sunshine in some sections during the morning hours, and also some patchy morning fog, the high up around 30. Tomorrow night, some drizzle and fog is possible again as temperatures slowly rise through the lower 30s. And on Sunday, mostly cloudy, some patchy drizzle and fog, a high of 35 to 40. And then we get into the low 40s for the early part of next week with a chance of rain each day. Best chance, though, Tuesday and Wednesday. And by that time, we're going to have a real sloppy mess on our hands.
Real mess. Real gray on the ground as well as the air. Huh?
Yeah, I'd say by this time next week, a lot of the snow is going to be gone.
Thanks a lot, Wayne.
Okay.
And Mark Robbins here. I have a feeling Roberts Stadium will be packed tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm glad the weather's getting a little better because a lot of people are going to be traveling around the Tri-State. Big basketball Saturday, including the Aces game with Xavier at Roberts Stadium. We'll hear from Evansville, and as I promised, we tracked down Pete Gillen. You'll hear from the head musketeer. That and more in a moment.
Once upon a time, Wendy's had a whole chicken breast fillet, all white meat, lightly seasoned, cooked to a golden brown. And everybody agreed you couldn't top it, except Dave. Introducing Wendy's new Chicken Bacon Swiss, a great combination of favorites, including a slice of melted Swiss, covered with bacon, and a delicious tangy sauce. Wendy's Chicken Bacon Swiss, a great ending to a sensational beginning.
The end.
He's back.
Don't you buy no ugly car.
And you won't when you make your purchase from the Tri-State leader, Kenny Kent Chevrolet Mazda Volvo Custom Van, where best value is guaranteed. Like a 94 Beretta loaded for $12,444 or a 94 626 LX loaded for $199 per month. The Tri-State low price leader for 47 years. Visit us today, and whatever you do,
don't you buy no ugly car.
Kenny Kent Chevrolet Mazda Volvo Custom Van, where the Corvette sits high in the sky and best value is guaranteed.
Today, one thing's perfectly clear. For a clean start in no-till, nothing wipes out more grasses than Roundup herbicide. Roundup, for a clean start in no-till. Today, one thing's perfectly clear. For a clean start in no-till, nothing wipes out more weeds than Roundup herbicide. Roundup, for a clean start in no-till.
It's a fact. More people prefer Rogers Jewelers. Why?
Because Rogers has the best selection, service, and prices in the Tri-State.
Choose 3 great deals for 1 great price. Only $49, your choice. This impressive diamond nugget ring, an 18-inch braided herringbone necklace, or sparkling diamond solitaire earrings, your choice, only $49. Wow, 3 great looks. Buy 1, buy all 3, your choice, just $49. Only from Rogers.
Shop Rogers Jewelers for your special someone.
You'll see why more people prefer Rogers to be their jeweler.
The last time the University of Evansville played Xavier, the Aces beat the Musketeers to capture the MCC title. That was a special night. But UE has some unfinished business remaining. Last year, Pete Gillen's club came into Roberts Stadium and knocked off the Aces on national television.
Ever since the season started that, Xavier's going to be the team for us to beat. And, as soon as I got here 2 years ago, I knew that it was us and Xavier. It was a big rivalry for us all year. And, if you got to get up for this game, you shouldn't even show up because, you should be ready now or, during the summer or whatever. We should be ready to play tomorrow.
This evening, Xavier conducted a workout at Roberts Stadium, and our Dave Reynolds caught up with head coach Pete Gillen. They had a little chat about tomorrow night's contest.
A very fine team. Jim has a great squad every year. They're very tough to play against. They're very talented players, and they have great fans. You're probably one of the best group of fans, in the Midwest here in Evansville.
One of the tough things you have to do about this team, you're constantly fighting through screens. I'm sure you see screens in your nightmares.
Right. They send a lot of screens. They move without the ball very well. They shoot the ball great from threes. They're tough to guard. They're tough to play. They got great schemes. They defend well. They're tough to play. A lot of times I hitch and twitch and I stay up all night, but it's tough to find answers to play against the Aces.
Game time set for 7:35 tomorrow night. Brent Kell expected to be in uniform for Evansville. Shuttle service to Roberts Stadium has been increased for this game. Officials say the parking lot is open. However, they encourage your use of the shuttles for safety reasons due to the snow and the ice. It is basketball Saturday in Evansville tomorrow. On the west side, some arch rivals USI and Kentucky Wesleyan will meet. USI leads the Great Lakes Valley Conference. Wesleyan 2 games back. And today at practice, despite not wanting to, the Panthers, at least one player, finally admitted to me this is a must-win situation.
We got our backs against the wall a little bit. You know, 2 losses, it's not that much, but, you know, it's early in the season, like you said, and every loss counts. So, but like last year, you know, I think the winner had like 4 or 5 losses anyway. So the GLVC race is always close, and you're not going to go through the conference without losing.
There are some tickets available for this game at USI for tomorrow night. Tip-off time at 7:30. And believe it or not, there was some high school basketball played in the Tri-State. In Indiana, Northeast Du Bois over Vincennes Reveille 73-40. Paoli knocks off Springs Valley by 2, and Lagodi 58, Bloomfield 53. At the Carmi Invitational in Illinois, El Dorado winning 63-51 over Red Hill, and Carmi knocks off NCOE 62-54. And coming up next, the Indiana Pacers try and prove their worth against the Chicago Bulls.
There's only one price, always the best price. Bluegrass Chevy Geo. You don't have to bother shopping all over town. The Bluegrass deal is the best deal around. We've got a better way to make the bargain just right. One price, always the best price. Bluegrass Chevy Geo.
It's a Super Savings Bowl at Risley's Audio and Video. Be sure to snap up these fantastic deals. Call and brag on your favorite team with a Panasonic transferable cellular phone, just $69. Your music will sound better on a Yamaha compact disc player, only $227. Or choose a Kenwood rack system with double auto reverse cassette and 5-disc CD changer, just $759. It's the Super Savings Bowl. Don't miss this opportunity to score. Drive today to Risley's Audio and Video. 7 locations, serious about service.
It's the new year and you should be driving a new car truck from Courtesy Motors.
Hi, I'm Butch Gleason with Courtesy Motors. And we've just gotten in loads of new cars and trucks at Courtesy to help you get your new year started off right. How about this for a new year deal? A 1994 Chevy Astro Tiara conversion van for only $299 a month for 36 months and 17 to choose from.
But don't forget, just tell them Heather sent you.
That's Courtesy Motors between Chandler and Boonville on Highway 62.
NBA action tonight in Chicago. The Indiana Pacers came a-calling with a winning streak of 5 wins in their last 6 games. I will spit this one out. Here come the highlights for you. No problem with these. Just remember, these guys are somebody's beloved children. I just wanted to throw that in. Anyway, the Bulls are playing pretty well. They go inside of the Plastic Man, Horace Grant with an easy 2. But Indiana led this game by 7 after 3 quarters, thanks in part to Reggie Miller. Watch the little give and go with Rick Smits. Here comes Reggie down along the baseline, a beautiful reverse layup. 77-70 Indiana after 4, but the Bulls come on strong in the 4th quarter. Scottie Pippen off the glass, Tony Kukoc with a nice game, and it is the Bulls a winner by 1, 96-95. NBA scoreboard looks like this. Boston over Golden State, 124-116. Detroit wins for the first time in 94. New Jersey, 2 better than Atlanta. Orlando, 106. New York, 103. Seattle beats back Dallas, 91-87. It is Milwaukee trailing by 3 at home in the 4th, and Sacramento getting blown out by Utah late, 85-66.
Very attractive game wear there.
Mine or
no, theirs, the bull horns, yeah.
All right, Mark, thanks a lot. We'll be right back.
D. Patrick Motoplex, you know them for their great service, their great selection. And now it's their great tax saver sale, lowest prices of the year. Save on this 1994 Nissan Maxima GXE, now just $18,365, or just $259 a month. Or choose a new 94 Nissan Altima GXE, only $14,995, or $229 a month. D. Patrick Motoplex simply must reduce their incredible inventory, so you'll save like never before. It's the great tax saver sale at D. Patrick Motoplex on Green River Road.
Monday, got up, got a shower, drove to work, played Cash 5, won $100,000. Tuesday,
if you're one of those people who sticks to a routine,
played Cash 5, won $100,000.
Now you can play Cash 5 Monday through Friday, and with Cash 5, you only match 5 of 35 numbers to take home $100,000.
Friday, got up, got a shower, drove to
Cash 5, making $100,000 winners 5 days a week.
Around here, it just seems natural for people to sit down around a table to work things out. To talk about whether to buy that new house. About how to get enough money to get the kids to college. To talk about retirement. Big stuff. Important stuff. If you could use a nice table and a good second opinion, we at NBD would like to take this opportunity to volunteer ours.
It's official. December 93. History repeats itself. Ford is again #1 in cars, #1 in trucks. And for January 94, it's Ford's bestseller celebration at your local Ford dealer with special savings on the #1 car in America, the Ford Taurus. Now with dual airbag standard, available anti-lock brakes and front-wheel drive. Taurus is perfect for winter driving. Now is the time to buy America's bestseller. Hurry, see your local Ford dealer. Be a part of the bestseller celebration and save today.
Michael Bailey, who lost his bid in 1992 for Indiana's 9th District congressional seat, is running again.
The 36-year-old Republican announced today that he will seek the Republican nomination in the May 3rd primary. Bailey is best known for his political commercials that showed aborted fetuses. He challenged 15-term incumbent Lee Hamilton in 1992, only to lose the race by about a 40% margin. Bailey is expected to challenge State Senator Jean Lysing in the May primary. As of this afternoon, she had not yet decided to file.
Back in Evansville, a familiar sight today, Jim Angermeyer filed his paper seeking a 7th term as Vanderburgh County Assessor. Surrounded by family and friends, Angermeyer took his oath of candidacy from County Clerk Betty Knight Smith. Angermeyer says it is the great support from the people of Vanderburgh County that makes him want to continue to serve the office.
And stay with us for a final word coming up next.
The Tri-State's #1 January clearance sale continues at King. Choose the way you pay in 1994. Take 90 days, 6 months, or even 1 year interest-free. Or choose the lowest monthly payment in the industry with your King's Plus card. Get a Whirlpool large capacity washer and dryer only $10 a month for both. Every refrigerator's marked down. Save up to $300 during King's January clearance sale. Of course, your satisfaction is always guaranteed at your locally owned King's Great Buys Plus in Evansville across from Sam's Club.
The Lexus LS is available with an optional traction control system. So taking your car out for a spin doesn't have to change meaning just because there's a change of seasons. And you can get a grip on a great value whether you buy or lease at Kenny Kent Lexus.
You know, Rogers Jewelers is where you'll find the perfect gifts of love.
Because Rogers has hundreds of diamonds to choose from, all at the perfect price.
Only $199 buys this stunning man's diamond wedding band. Wow, just $199. This half-carat total weight diamond solitaire makes the perfect gift of love, just $399. This 1/2 carat total weight marquee diamond wedding set is an impressive look, just $799.
Give your special someone the perfect gift of love.
Sparkling diamonds from Rogers Jewelers.
If it's white, it's priced right at Kite. During the January White Sale at Kite Home Center, white hot savings on everything from beautiful marble and ceramic floor and wall tile starting at just 49 cents to space-saving shelving from Schulte starting at only $4.88. This stylish white pedestal lavatory is just $2.19. And add an affordable splash to your kitchen or bath with quality cabinets from Aristocraft. It's Kite Home Center's January White Sale. If it's white, you can be sure it's priced right at Kite.
And looking ahead to tomorrow, Wayne Hart is here with your Saturday morning wake-up weather.
Well, some fog and cloudiness will be forming late tonight, and as you wake up tomorrow morning, still some fog around, mostly cloudy. Could be a little sunshine here and there with temperatures around 10 degrees, and we're headed for the 30-degree mark tomorrow with mostly cloudy skies.
All right, then that's going to wrap it up. You glad it's Friday night, folks? We sure are.
We sure are.
What a week. What a week to debut, Shelley.
Oh,
I'll
boy,
tell you.
I'll tell you.
Have a great weekend.
Good night.
Closed captioning for News 25 has been provided by Citizens Bank and 25 WEHT.